Hi, everybody. It's Pastor Rob from Rose Park Baptist Church in Holland, Michigan, with your midday Bible break with our subject today: if God can use a donkey, God can use me. That's right. If God can use a donkey, God can use me. Now, you may say, preacher, where are you getting that from the Bible? Well, I'm in Numbers chapter 22 today, starting in verse 22 to verse 35. It's the account of a man by the name of Balaam. Balaam was a prophet of God. He was a good man. He was a godly man, but he took a number of missteps in this passage. There was a man by the name of Balak. He was a king, a rich and powerful king, and he wanted Balaam to do something that was against God's will. Well, because he offered him a lot of money and promotion, Balaam decided to go after the promotion and the riches, contrary to God's will. And in this account in Numbers chapter 22, as he's on his way, there is an account where God sends an angel to actually stand against, fight against, and even stop Balaam from doing his errand. And in this way, Balaam doesn't see anything. He's just concerned about his money. But Balaam's donkey has two things that Balaam didn't have. Number one, he had a lot of spiritual insight. In fact, more insight than the man of God. That's pretty sad. Number two, he had a lot more rational behavior than the man of God. Well, there's this interplay and change, and I'll let you read it in Numbers 22. But God does something wonderful. God opens the mouth of the donkey. Balaam's wailing on his donkey. Balaam's trying to get even with his donkey because his donkey's not behaving. And all of a sudden, Balaam starts having this argument, this conversation with his beast of burden. Well, my friend, it's a bad day when you're having a conversation or an argument with your beast of burden. It's even a worse day when your beast of burden is winning the conversation and is displaying more spiritual insight and rational behavior than you are. Now, at the end of this story, Balaam realizes the error of his way, realizes he was out of the will of God. He was not doing what was right, and his donkey had a whole lot more spiritual insight and rational behavior than he did. Now, the moral of the story and how this applies to you and me is this. My friend, if God can use a donkey, God can use me. Now, there's two obvious applications of this. Number one, you may be out there today and say, look, I'm not a pastor. I don't know the Bible. I'm just a simple man or a simple woman. I've got no training, no skills, no talents. My friend, if God can use this simple, humble beast of burden, God can use you. Doesn't matter how who you are or what you have or what you don't think you have, because it's not about you, it's about God. Now, number two, there's another application to this, and on the other end of that scale, there's some people out there who think, man, God is lucky to have me. I know some preachers like that. I know some teachers like that. I know some people, some evangelists like that. I know some other people in the ministry like that. And every once in a while, we all get that way where we're like, man, God's lucky to have me in the ministry. What would it happen? What would God do without me? Well, my friend, can I just say, if God can use one stubborn donkey in the ministry, God can use you too. And, if that shoe fits, why don't you just wear it? And I'm not going to harp on it. But my friends, let me just sum up this way. No matter who you are, if God can use a donkey, God can use you. Just go to God and say, God, I want you to use me. Lord, I'm nobody. I'm a nothing. But God, if you'll use me, I'd be happy to be used of you. I hope this helps you today. Until we meet again, let's keep looking unto Jesus.